Hello and welcome to another installment of my thoughts, where I share my thoughts about comics and graphic novels that I've read. And today I'm going to talk about an Indian comic book. It's called Kaal and it's by Aayumi Productions. So far 2 issues, I don't know if they're issues or volumes or whatever. So they haven't released, so this is the first one and this is the second one. So let's start with the So he's the here are the creators. Liam Webb is the writer, and Pankaj Naik is the artist, who is also like the founder CEO of Aayumi Productions. So the story starts with this person who is kind of killed in a bomb blast in Mumbai local. His name is Pratham. I think I don't remember exactly what his name is. His Pratham Pathak, yes, his name. So this is the first half, and he miraculously comes alive from the blast. And on the other side, Yamraj has left the throne in Naraka, and Lord Garud has taken his place. Now, what happens is that this soul of Pratham is divided into 2 halves. One half goes to heaven and the other half goes to hell. He makes a mysterious comeback, and he is visited by Vairab, who tells him, like, he is like in sort of an incarnation or some sort of stuck in between both worlds. And then he tries to teach him his meaning, because he has gone through a similar experience in his life, and tries to tell him who he is. So while they're doing this, they come across a brutal crime that is taking place. A girl is getting raped, and that's where Pratham digs into action and punishes the criminals and takes their soul to Narak, which is hell, basically, where their souls are tormented. And Pratham, who is now Kaal, witnesses the torture that everyone talks about in hell. So this is like the first premise, and suddenly, all of a sudden, there's this guy who just lost his job, and he finds Yamraj's whip, and he becomes this super villain. And he tries to take over the city of Mumbai, and Lord Garura tells Kaal that he is responsible for the theft and asks him to stop this guy. And he goes, and there's like a small battle, and he eventually defeats the enemy, and he gets the whip back, and he gives it back to Lord Garura, who tells him like he's now a protector and some kind of like that. So this is basically the first issue. The plot is interesting. It starts well. I like the narration. It was impressive, but then it loses towards the end, like that just lazy writing. The artwork is not bad. It's good, to be honest, but it's very dark. I don't know if it's a printing issue or it was intended like that. The story is dark. It deals with heaven and hell, and that was maybe kept on purpose. In the second issue, I think it goes further downhill. I won't say it's bad, but the writer is different now. The first one was written by Liam Webb. This one is written by Shubharup Bhattacharya, and now we start with the story of Asuras fighting gods, and Kali comes and kind of kills Rock the Beach. So this is where on the other hand, Garura tells Kaal that he has done a good job. He wants to give him a gift, and he gives him this hound from hell, and which is his new sidekick or pet or whatever. In the meantime, it is informed that there is some kind of strange thing happening in his city, Pratham city, which is Mumbai. that people are in some sort of a trance kind of state, and their souls are trapped. So since they are not dead, their soul are kind of trapped between the living and the non-living world. So then Bhairav tells that there is only one guy who can help, and he lives in Bhangar fort, and basically he's a sadhu, and the sadhu asks that like he is willing to help them, but Kaal has to do something in return, which Kaal does. He rescues a bunch of kids from like an evil transgender, and then he comes back to the sadhu in Bhangar and tells that, look man, I've done my duty, now it's your time to keep your word. And this is where it kind of ends. We just get a glimpse of the fact that the asuras are living in disguised form amongst the human, and they're preparing a war. I don't want to show you the last week because that might give you a spoiler. So this is basically it. The narration seems erratic, and the second issue starts what really pisses me off a little is, I won't say it pisses me off a little, but I get really disinterested when I see over narration, and this second book suffers from too much over narration. You see the kind of text. I don't understand this mentality of Indian comic book writers, that they feel like if they put too many words or too much narration that it builds the story. I think it's completely a wrong approach or a wrong assumption, because there are books like The Legend of Ajad is one of them. There was like very few words in narration, and the story is so interesting and spot on. And you see, this is almost like reading a Raj comics. There's so much narration, and it's not needed at times. You can just easily make out from the picture what is happening. You don't have to spoon feed the readers about what is happening. That was not the case in the first issue. I think the first issue, the narration was quite balanced. There wasn't too much narration in it, or maybe there was, but I didn't feel like it was kind of it was interesting to say. At least the first half was pretty interesting. It kind of goes downhill in the second half, but the second issue I felt no interest whatsoever reading, because the story was getting erratic and it was going nowhere. Like the link between the first to second episode or issue was not there, I feel, to be honest. Coming back to the artwork remains the same. It's second issue. The artwork is done by Pankaj Naik and Lalit Singh, so it's good. The artwork is good. The colors are more vibrant. It's not that dark at the moment, so that's good artwork, I should say. At times it seems a little weird, like this face, but yeah, it's good. No complaints about the art, and I won't say it's bad. It's not bad. It's interesting. I think the story writing should be a bit more compact, and they should, the creator should try to capitalize on the premise that they built in the first issue. I think I'll be interested to see the future of where it goes. I like the heaven and hell sort of concept, good versus evil, gods versus demons, devtas versus asuras. I like those concepts, and I like reading about them. So Kaal does fit in the narration, but there's a lot of work to be done. It's not the worst thing I have read, and it's definitely by far not the best thing I have read. So it is somehow like an average sort of range for now. So that's pretty much about Kaal. Just before I leave, here's a tribute to the late Dheeraj Verma. This cover art was done by Mr. Dheeraj Verma, who unfortunately has left us earlier this year. So God bless his soul. I think there is a small write-up by Dheeraj Verma as well. behind the second issue. To know more about how to purchase it, where to get it, I'll mention the unpacking video link in the description. You'll get to know what is the price and when can you purchase it. So I'm not sure what's the update on the third issue, if they're ever going to release it or something, because this book came out sometime in 2015. The first one came out in 2014, so it's almost like 6-7 years now that we haven't heard anything about the third issue. Hopefully they come out with the third installment, and I am interested to read like what if they can kind of come back in the series and make it more interesting for the readers, so that more and more people get interested to this series. There is potential. Let's hope that they can build something good on it. So that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye bye.